All right. Hello. Happy Monday. It's good to. It is Monday, right? I've lost all sense of time. Yes, it is Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you are doing well, or doing better in your case, Aylward. I hope you're finding some semblance of recovery. Me, I'm all right. My cough is mostly cleared up, so I'm going to test that with the first alcoholic drink I've had in like 3 months. Mm. Nothing like recovering from a bunch of inflammation to suddenly add more inflammation. Fever's gone, throat's so fucking not as much. Alright. If I had to guess, with what you've described, it sounds a bit like strep, which is what I had back in March. It was not fun. So, it's been a bit. I forget when the last time I streamed this was. It was Wednesday, I think. I was just feeling sick the latter half of last week. I forget when. Um, But I went back and I looked at God. I know I was feeling bad, but I only did a half belt of iron. I'm used to doing like 2 belts of iron. Now, granted, we're not on railroad settings, so the patch is not nearly as dense. But I've got another patch over here. So I'm thinking, and then there's another one up here. I'm thinking I'm going to take this patch and I'm going to dedicate this to steel. And this patch, we're gonna completely line up and turn into 2 full belts of iron, which we're probably not gonna be able to satisfy, come to think of it. Hang on, I have the right hotkey. Where is it? This does 15 per second, so that could support a belt. If I fill the rest of this in, it could do 2, I guess. But only for so long. We'll bring this one in. I don't want to get into making a huge stack just yet. I want to get the steel started. And probably the stone too. That way I can get into better furnaces, the steel furnaces. We'll do that. I want to get military science so that we can get the piercing ammunition. And grenades. Do I want to do base defenses before I expand the smelting? I could. Because if I do base defenses first, at least on the edges, with military science, I'll be in better shape and my cloud won't have expanded as fast. Though I can't really do defenses. I can't do walls without it's stone smelting. So you know what? We'll do... Let's get some basic stone smelting going. Even though I'm going to end up tearing it up in a bit anyway. Because we've only got 122,000. Once the stone smelting is up, we can do military science. Can't do military science with the steel stack. So stone, steel, military science, defenses, to the point that I'm satisfied with them. Wow, we actually have 3 iron patches here. I'll probably save this one. We could make another iron smelting stack for the ladder sciences. Purple science and yellow science are really steel hungry, so saving this would probably be a good idea. We don't have any more stone. We've got coal up here, but if I want to use it for oil stuff, I'm going to have to train it down or belt it down, but I don't want to waste all that material. Yeah, I think I've got a plan for what we're doing right now. And we don't have any mining drills. We don't have any mining drills because let me guess, we don't have enough copper. Yeah, we don't have nearly enough copper. I need those electric miners so I can get the copper and also get... Okay, is it power or... No, okay, so we just didn't have enough inserters. Well, I can fix that. Yeah, it's just circuits that we're struggling with at the moment. Did I make a blueprint for miners? I did not. I've got one sitting around somewhere, but it's old. Yeah, I'll probably just do this quarter stack for stone to start. Man, there is really not a lot of stone to this patch. Goodness. I did get the coal to the power automation, right? I did, okay. It's only half a belt for some reason, but we'll fix that. Now we'll merge these together, and what we'll do is... Actually, yeah, that'll do. Let's go ahead and clean up our unused miners. We can use that to start the stone. Let's go ahead and get military to landfill. Actually, lab research speed would be nice too. Let's get that out of the way. Actually, how much is military science? Is only 20. Let's do that one quickly, and then we'll be good. Because then while the rest of the research is plodding away, I can immediately get to work on the military science research. Or military science recipe. Oh, I meant to grab regular inserters. Yeah, now we're not producing enough power. Is it because we're not filling enough? Nope, it's because we just don't have enough. Let's go ahead and double up on boilers then. bit more. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought we were on 4 steam engines. No, we're on 4 sets of steam engines. There we go. That should help us ease off just a bit. Though that is going to spike our pollution drastically. Yeah, well. Let's go ahead and put the other half of the coal in here, because I get the distinct feeling we are going to need more coal production very quickly. This is probably going to exceed the power consumption we want. No, not quite, but it is much higher. If I took 10 seconds to do the math, it'd probably be a little easier. Alright, so we got stone brick. So now we can make walls. Now what rate are we doing? This is just 1.5, right? No, this is 1. It's 1 because it's, right, it's 1 because it's the assembly machine 1s. Right, okay. So it'll be a little slow, but that's okay. We'll hit military science. I queued that. No, I queued military up. I didn't queue military science up. Alright, so we want to do 1 of these per second. This should be pretty simple. I think it's like 1 wall. Yeah, 1 wall, 8 grenades, 3 piercing rounds, which should just be 1 firearm round. 1 regular firearm. Okay, yeah, that's manageable. Also, I've decided instead of running this steel through my lab area, I'm just going to run the steel around the outside and we'll bring it around. We'll reverse that belt when the time comes. Now, funny enough, there's enough copper here. I could... What's the intake for this? It's just 1 copper per second. This is half. Yeah, I could just run the back of the piercing mags across this. But I do need regular iron. Like, this should be a really simple build for as little research as we're making. Okay, so we'll do 3 regular mags. Half a belt. I'm gonna have to make it on the inner end of the belt. Okay, so Oh, I've got it backwards, too. So, iron in, iron out. Then grab these. Alright, so we got landfill. Let's go ahead and queue up electric energy distribution. And we'll start. Excuse me. Cough is better, cough is not gone. We'll start going through the bullet and grenade damage researches. Right, so there's reds there. I need coal. I need to bring a line of coal down here. Probably just do it there. But I'm going to be tearing this up in a bit anyway. Because what I'll probably end up doing is I'll make the new smelting stack over here. I'll route all the materials off to the side and then bring it back and get this bus nice and cleaned up. Or just remake the bus, honestly. I thought I was being clever putting gears and circuits on the same belt. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't know what I was thinking. I've had the better part of a week to rethink my sins, and I don't like that. Yeah, hello. Hi, Betty. Here, I'll have some water. Nothing like washing down my first cocktail in like 2 months, 3 months with some water. Oh, we actually just had a big set of storms roll through today, so it's cooled off a bit. I think it got up to like 80, maybe. The efficient note 10 out. Yeah. Hey, look, we chose to live where we chose to live. We live with the consequences. I didn't choose... You chose to go to university there. Unless you want to make a... What, 8-hour commute? What, is someone holding you at gunpoint? Also, this needs to be moved. I don't know what I was thinking. Hang on. Yeah, okay, I guess. I could go on a whole diatribe about free will, or at least choice. Not free will, but was it free action? I forget what the term is. But I could go into it, but I'm not gonna. I've got a friend of mine that he and I have regular conversations, usually over Factorio, actually, about things like determinism and free will, and it can get a little pedantic at points. Not in, like, an unpleasant way, but in, like, aha, I got you this time. Student debt or live in hot places for years. Yeah. Radical freedom. I will say, though, and this is going to sound really strange, I have been a proponent of free will for, like, most of my life. I have heard some compelling arguments against it, or rather in favor of determinism, and it's one of those situations where it's like, I really wish I hadn't heard this, because it I don't know, it's starting to make a little sense. I want to disagree with it out of principle, but like, if I'm trying to be fair, well... Anyway, I said I could get into a diatribe about that, and that I wouldn't, and that I almost very nearly did. You can tell when I'm feeling better, because all I want to do is yap about philosophical shit. God, what was I thinking? Half a belt of iron? Really? I don't have defenses up yet, so I get it, but... Yeah, I'm gonna have to tear all this up, because this is a mess. This is not good. I'm literally just trying to get the coal over so I can do military science. All of this is gonna have to go away. Problem is... Oh, I hate rebuilding bases without bots. So much. It's like, it's a starter base. I'll tear it up and start over. It's all fun and games until you actually get to the point where you say you're gonna tear it up and start over, and then it's just so boring. I don't have any steel. I don't have any steel for this. Hang on. Let's do that. We'll run the steel in here. Oh, this is just gonna be gross. There we go. That's better. Gotta fit some damn poles in here. No, actually, wait. Nope. Hang on. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, steel in through here. So we get steel to that. Then it's one wall constructor. We can bring in our stone. Or stone brick, rather. I mean, I'm probably... no, I do need to bring some of this out, because we have the oil stuff to do as well. Alright, and that's 10 stone brick a second? I don't even think that's going to be enough throughput. What we've currently got. It's basically the whole belt. Alright, so there's that. Then we just need the grenades, which is actually going to be pretty easy. What was that? Stronger explosives. Grab some undergrounds, and then we're gonna do steel. I ended up doing this out of order anyway. I was going to do the steel and then the military science. But I'm already committed at this point. Okay. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. And those are one tile too high. I should probably take a look at my defenses sometime soon as well. Or not my defenses, but my pollution cloud. My utter lack of defenses. Alright, cool. So oddly out of iron, but I think that's just because it's all going to belts right now. And then we need 10 assembling machines after that. Ah. Alright, let's stock up on some more inserters. Almost done. Let's do this. There we go. I want to put them on the right side so we can put the chemical science on the left. Yeah, we just don't have nearly enough production right now. But that's alright. If I really wanted, I could just do steel furnaces now. Queue those up now. And once we have the steel, we just build the new stack out of steel furnaces. Because then, instead of 48 furnaces for a full belt, it becomes 24. Same amount of pollution net. But a little bit faster. Alright, I'll just go ahead and check that off. Let's do our steel stack and pray that we do not have any rude customers show up in the meantime. Maybe grab a couple more turrets while we're at it. Excuse me? Oh, it trashes it out of the slot too. That's kind of annoying. Okay, screw it. Do we want to do this one, that one, or this one? I'm thinking we do this one, and we'll use this as a supplement for the main iron. Now, I am not going to be getting anywhere near a belt of steel. I want to say with regular furnaces, you need like 120 of those. 240 because you have to make the plates and then the steel. So that is almost certainly not happening. How do I want to set this up? I always try and reinvent the wheel when I'm doing steel, and I know better. Since the output is slow, we could do a 3-belt system where we bring in coal. We do iron on the inside, coal on the outside. Do full belts, or we do half belt. Put coal on the inside for the actual steel. The trouble is actually getting power here without the without steel poles to work with. The thing is, I can omit this. I have an idea. If we put the steel in here with undergrounds, do it like this. And inside, and bam. That looks alright. And then we just copy this going down. We'll need to bring some coal over to it. Probably split off of here and bring it over. And then we'll bring the iron in from over here. Now, that said, I really could do full belts of iron on the inside. But then I'd have to do underground stuff here as well. I think it's probably fine to just make a really, really long stack and fill it in as more materials are available. Oh, they have trees in the way. Screw it. You know what? Let's see. Copy that. Basically going left. So that I don't have to touch the trees. There. How many is that? That is 64 furnaces. Technically, I could double this up again and we'd have a full belt of steel. I just don't think we'd be able to satisfy it. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's do this instead. Because we're going to be doing half belts of iron, so we need a short and wide stack. And then we'll bring coal into all of it. So that's coal and iron. That'll be just coal. Or the regular coal. Okay. Ah, I need more poles. Okay. We'll grab inserters. I think I've got plenty of miners. Need more belts. Definitely need more belts. Actually, I'll stock up on miners. It is a sizable patch. Alright, and there's advanced material processing, which means we can get started on steel furnaces right away. We'll feed steel into the military science, feed steel into the steel furnace production, the assemblers, assembler 2s, and then I gotta decide how we're gonna set up defenses. And then expanding the stack. Alright, that's one half. I don't have enough furnaces to do the other half, so you know what? We'll just do this one, and I'll replace the rest with steel furnaces once we're set. Okay, so we need coal, more coal. Do iron there. And then just another set here. Now, can I get... no. Actually, I'm going to need to scoot this down so we have enough space. Oh, and we need iron on this one too. Okay. So coal coming down, iron coming from the right. I'm thinking we can probably just get away with... That patch is not nearly as big as I thought it was. Should just be able to get away with 4x4, but I don't even think we have enough space. Hey, I see you over there. Little bastard. Ugh. Where did you come from? There must be a base in this spot. That or was an expansion party. Nope, there's one. It's right on the edge, so I think it might have been expansion. But those are usually more than one. Alright, I'll leave a couple of you here, because there's going to be more expansion parties, I'm sure. Probably want to put a radar out here, but I will wait, because we've got bigger priorities. Actually, no. You know what? I'll do it now, because I have the materials to do it now. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3 lanes? That's not fantastic, but it's a start. It'll be slow and steady, but I'm willing to bet that I have already over-engineered my steel stack because of it. Not that I can't get more, but definitely went a little overboard. Now, that's sad. We can split this into two. We can merge this into 2 belts. To save material, and then split those 2 into 4 half belts here. I should probably leave some turrets and ammunition by this, too, come to think of it. Just as a precaution. Oh. So now we can bring these 2 belts over, bring the power down, and get mining. Also, let me not forget what I literally just said and put some defenses down. No, 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 no. I want to put as much in those as I can. So we're gonna split these. Let's do this. I mean, I guess I don't really have to do this, but... yeah, this is probably a waste, because... I'd just be merging it with the cola anyway. Hey, hi, Emmo. Hope you're doing well. Me, I am... getting better. I'm in better shape than I've been. I'm actually tempted to head to the gym tonight after stream. But if something does go wrong, I don't want to be having breathing problems in the middle of the gym. So maybe I will just use my dumbbell set at home. Until I'm utterly confident that no incidents are going to come up, probably a good idea to wait for public appearances. Because, like, the worst of it now is just, if I get overexerted, it's... I went to take out trash and do chores this weekend, and it was like I had been at the gym for, like, 45 minutes. I'm just so easily exerted now because of the inflammation. Like, my body's fine. It's just I can't breathe worth a damn. But I'm pretty sure I'm reaching the point where I'm gonna have to exert myself to make some semblance of recovery. Just gotta introduce it slowly. How are the new birds doing? Is it feeling long COVID? Yeah. After I got COVID, I developed this sensitivity to, like, mint and really cold shit to the point where mint toothpaste literally makes me cough so hard I want to hurl. And part of that was back in order with some meds, and then I got pneumonia. So that's down the drain now. I'm definitely interested to see what research we find about that sort of thing down the line. We're just doing great. Good. Alright, so we reverse this. And now we've got steel for our assembler 2s. Have I researched assembler 2s? I have. Alright. So there are the assemblers. I should probably get on 2 steel furnaces. I really want to do that. And I could do it inline, like right here. And then we'll limit that to 200. And there's our steel. So now we've got the better pickaxe on hand. Less pollution. Oh, geez, we've got a bunch of iron sitting around. I completely forgot what my spawn looked like. Because I'm thinking, we have this as our starting steel. We use this one as our supplemental iron. We can bring in more iron and steel for production science packs, utility science packs, and rocket parts. Like, we could cut the bus in half if we really wanted to. Do we have any more copper around? That's kind of concerning. 324k. We got a big patch over here. It's going to be a bit before we really need a lot of copper. But advanced circuits are definitely going to complicate things. Alright, what are we looking at here? You know what I'm thinking? I want to improve the stack. I really do. I also really just want to upgrade the furnaces and call it good. Upgrade the furnaces, upgrade the assemblers, and leave it. Work on a bigger one later. You know, the very thing I said was I didn't want to do at the start. I just really don't want to upgrade, or I don't want to replace things. But, like, I've got them right here. Of course, I need to make the steel furnaces. I need to use the steel furnaces to improve the steel production first. You know what? I'll add them to the existing production. Oh, perfect. Oh, I need copper. I'm almost out of poles. I think I should have enough. No, because it's 10 per row. Wait. No, wait, I've got this right. Yeah, okay. Because then it's steel output there. No, I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Stop it. I'm putting iron on the steel line because I'm a fool. I'm a fool. It's supposed to be coal on the inner lines. Not iron. Ah, fuck. Oh, silly me. No, wait, hang on. I can just do this. Yeah, that's better. That's what I needed to do. Ah, man. Well, I can fix this now before it goes wrong. Okay. Of course. Excuse me. And then, of course, we can bring this central line in and merge the two. All right. I need more poles. Need more steel furnaces. And I need a bunch more inserters. Okay, hang on. There we go. I've got plenty of long-handed inserters, so... Is that what they're called? Yeah. I have just enough for one more. There we go. Alright, grab more furnaces, fill this stack out. Then I think it's a good time for a quick break. And hopefully I don't get attacked while we wait. Oh, and I need to clean up the iron off of this steel belt because it's probably clogging the line. It is absolutely clogging the line. Well, not clogging it, it's just one half. But still. I didn't realize I had this much. Drop off the coal and ores. Pick up more furnaces. Very nice. 62, actually. Yeah, we'll put the spares away. We have 16 per row, and we have 4 rows. Yeah, that sounds good. No. Oh, no, it's not 4 rows. It's like 7 rows. Oops. Well, unlike my usual Factorio runs, I don't think I will have any shortage of steel to start. Because once this is up and running, really the only limitation we've got is the patch itself, which is currently supplying 21.5. It's not a full 2 belts. But we're also not going to be using a full 2 belts anytime soon. Long inserters are set. Let's increase the cap for these here. What else? I don't think there's really anything else I can do but the furnaces and inserters. How's our power? There's a question. Power's fine. We should be stockpiling military sites. No, I haven't finished routing it. Let's do that, and then we'll take a break. And I'll finish the stack after. Got some bases to clear as well. Alright, so we've got the steel. Let's bring this down. Alright. That is looking good. We still don't have nearly enough iron, but it's coming. As a matter of fact, how many furnaces are in this stack? 24. Let's go replace the iron furnaces. Just so that we have some production keeping up. I don't remember if I need to upgrade the inserters for this too. Doesn't look like it. I think we're keeping it. There we go. See, 24 furnaces, full belt of iron. Provided you keep a full belt of iron input. But I don't think we'll have any problem with that. Yeah, 2 belts of iron would be nice. More would be even better to actually do some dedicated circuit and gear lane or gear belts, not lanes. But it can wait. It can wait for right now. Kind of want to get the ammunition production upgraded. Set that to 1,000. And then we'll double our turrets. And go ahead and double repair packs. It would also be kind of nice to do walls for our own sake. No, let's make sure this comes after. Alright, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to I need to take a break. Steel's coming through, which is great. We're making science. What is the hold up? Iron. Because so much of our stuff relies on iron at this point. Let's go ahead and queue up our military research. That doesn't take chemical stuff yet. And we will pop out for just a few minutes. Please feel free to mute your tab, change your tab, mute your phone, do whatever you gotta do. I will be back in just a few minutes. And you will hopefully not miss anything particularly important. And for those of you who are already subbed and won't be shotgun blasted in the face with ads, got it right that time. Thank you for your support. I'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you for sticking around. All right, welcome back, welcome back. Where was I? We had the steel going. Making furnaces. Ah, I needed more inserters to finish the steel stack, and then we were going to start looking at doing defenses. That's right. Also, let's just go ahead and upgrade the mall stuff while we're at it. I don't think I'm going to do steel chests. There's really never any steel chest capacity. At least not until you're working with trains. I guess I could make them now, but I think iron is sufficient for what I'm doing right now, at least. What are we currently lacking? It's inserters, and we don't have inserters because we don't have enough iron. We don't have enough iron because it's all being eaten by circuits. We are getting the full... No, we're not getting the full belt of iron. Why are we not... I think I might actually not be getting an entire belt's worth of iron input. I need to fix this. Also, I should probably automate boilers and steam engines. That would probably be a good idea. Because we're going to need to expand on our power again very soon. Alright, let's double check. 15? 20.5. That'll take it. Stone is running. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. Because we're making a lot of walls. And we need stone bricks to make more of the steel furnaces. Guess I can afford to upgrade our circuit and gear production. I've decided, I decided on a whim during the break, I am just going to keep my really shitty mall and starter base and bus, even if the production's kind of, it's not great. I always say when I play Factorio, it's just a starter base. I will fix it later, yada, 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 yada. Yeah, know what? I'm gonna keep my shitty starting base, so I have more impetus to actually replace it in the future. Because I'm going to end up complaining about not having enough iron and enough copper really soon, because I want to do rails and I want to do bots. I still have chemical science to do. I have production science I'm going to want to get to before we go to space, because I'm going to want electric furnaces for when we go to space, so I don't have to send... Well, actually, I'll probably... Do I want to do nuclear power before we go to space? Because sending reactor setups and uranium bullets would be easier. I don't know, but I've got stuff to do. Oh, actually, that does remind me. Actually, I'm pretty sure we're over-consuming. We are over-consuming. Factorio Factorio 2.1 is expected to be in experimental by the end of the month, and there's some really cool stuff in the coming update. Most notably for me, is the ability to send resources from one space platform to another space platform. It's something we've not had ever. And that's, to me, that's really big. When I started playing Factorio Space Age the first time, I had this fantasy of doing a, like, something akin to, like, a space gas station where your space platforms stock up on materials in orbit rather than you having to send them up or them having to be completely self-sufficient. And it was a really cool idea. Unfortunately, that's not how it ended up working out at launch. Um, so traditional designs, um, tend to make ammunition on the platform, or you send stuff up, and you can't. I'm pretty sure you can't barrel your oxidizer and fuel. Yeah, you can barrel other stuff, but you can't barrel these, unfortunately. Um, which kind of sucks, honestly. But you can still gather resources in orbit and send them to other ships. Moreover, you can also have a ship go out and just constantly fly around and accumulate excess resources and send those to a supply station. So instead of your ships having to be totally self-sufficient and gather all of the resources they need in flight, you can sort of you can ease the throughput and you can make much slimmer ships out of it. Like what I'm imagining for myself. I've actually got a blueprint for a ship that I really like. It's the only blueprinted ship I've got. And it doesn't produce ammunition at all. I give this thing uranium rounds and it does its own thing. But the front of the ship, like every ship ever, has grabbers for producing thruster fuel and oxidizer on the ship. And you have to do your asteroid processing on the ship, and you gotta distribute your ammunition and all that. I could slim a ton of this down, at least in the area near the top, um, to make it faster, make it cheaper, and honestly, a ship without the little grabbers on the front, I think would look kind of neat. But that's just me. All right, we should only need... No, we need 8. There we go. I wholly expect to be attacked from the west anytime soon. So I should probably put some... Oh, actually, we should expect attacks from the southeast. And I have no ammunition on my person. Gosh, let's go fix that. That's not nearly enough ammunition. As all that iron's going to gears right now. Ooh, yikes. I like how the military science in the labs is purple. Weird. But yeah, let's grab some ammo. And get on with our day. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to pick up some walls, too. Plenty of walls for science, just no damn iron. How many poles do I have? 97? I could bring another radar out there, too. Okay, so this is the main concern, then this one. We can probably just run from bottom to top, but I think we should take the ones that are actively being irritated first. Yeah, because you can see they're already forming a party. Ugh, I love even distribution so much. So good. Honestly, with the amount of steel we're producing right now, compared to our iron, it might be a better idea to start working on piercing rounds. Just to have them. Ah, you love the sound of it. Or I do, anyway. Of course, we probably blew through like half that ammunition. Yeah, just about. More like a third. Let's go ahead, actually. Do that. Leave a radar out here. And we'll bring the line around. I think this might be the last string of wooden poles I make. As much as I would love to race towards chemical science, yeah, we're going to get rid of that. And train research. I think first I need to get, well, I do want trains, but let's get the poles first. The poles are really important. Oh, this is just a baby nest. I can probably just leave one of you guys here in case there are expansions. Put a radar out there. We can put another one here. Because the more active vision we have, the better. Being able to see stuff in the distance is great. Being able to see stuff that's like right on our front door is much better. Actually, we'll run the pole along the bottom. Yeah, about here. Alright. You know what? I'm actually going to leave these worms here, because those worms there count as a base. So enemies will not expand into them. So there will be... What's the default? Is it 6 or 8 chunks? There's a certain radius of chunks, and I can show that off here. A radius of like 6 to 8 of these. I should probably not move around with this for my bit rate. Where enemies can't expand towards each other. Like if there's something within that range, they will not try to expand into it. I have a distinct feeling that nest to the east that we're going towards now may already have a roaming band being put together. Let's see. Of course, you can't see it well because my face is in the way. make sense to put another one out here? Maybe. Nah, I think we're in. It wouldn't hurt. Just more poles to put down. I need a car. That's what I need. I need to get automobilism researched. Screw the rest of this nonsense. I want engines and a car, please. Because doing this on foot is for the birds. Well, not literally. Flying would actually be better. Okay. Probably want to bring a radar out there and a radar out here. No, not that. That way we just have kind of a perimeter with our cloud in vision. Now, it's still possible that an expansion party could go unseen and expand farther past my radars. But they'd probably attack the radar or the turret that I leave nearby anyway, if they happen to cross paths with it. So... oh, wow. Hang on a second. How much steel is this making? 8 per second. Okay. We're just not using a lot. But still, half a belt of steel is pretty nice. Shame we don't have enough throughput to actually get an entire half belt of steel, but making it work. Okay. Still the iron is the main problem. That is enough for a whole belt. We are not getting enough coal into our power. That is a concern. I'm going to siphon off part of the top of the belt and the furnace belts. The coal for the bus and the coal for the furnaces. So I can make sure we're getting enough in there. Because the last thing I need is some kind of lame-ass death spiral going on. Alright, let's bring these up. And bring these up. Okay. It's about half a belt's worth of coal. And that consumes about a quarter, about a third. Excuse me. Alright, I said base defenses, but what do we actually want to do? I think we just grab some ammo, throw some turrets down in some useful spots, and we call it a day. Let's bring this down to half a stack. And it's not even like really good base defenses, it's just kind of what I can just slap down that's convenient. I definitely want to protect the steel and the steam engines. Uh-oh. We got a problem. I'm gonna put fast inserters on the steam engines because they are not filling themselves with fuel fast enough, and we're about to hit a spiral if we don't get enough in. Actually, I can just toss the last of my wood in here. Because I'm going to do medium and big poles now that we've got steel. I would also like some grenades, if I can siphon those off of the research line. I don't think that's happening anytime soon, because we just don't have enough iron. Soon, but not yet. Oh, and I guess we'll want to bring the stone line down. So I can do rails. Still needs iron, which we don't have, but... Gosh, I've just picked up when I'm in my usual ramble. I go through this like 30-second loop that sounds almost exactly the same. Like the phrasing is near identical. Alright, power? Power. Good. I was worried about that for a second. Oh, let's... Before I do poles, I know how to make my damn lights. That'd be great. What are these? Plate cable circuits. So... Let's do this. Oh, is this run gonna be the run where I learn to use circuits? Probably not. Like, I have a basic understanding of circuits. I just don't use them regularly. I want to say no, but I actually would kind of like to learn how to do a push-based train system where you can push requests for things your system needs onto the circuit line, and stations that have that material can call a train to them and send them off. You could also do one that's a lot simpler by just having trains always go to a station and wait. If it has enough materials, they wait at the station and then only depart when there's a material that's needed, and you can change the train limit on stations. That would be simpler rather than tracking requests on a circuit network. You just do localized circuits on the train stop to control what you need, what you get. Maybe. Damn. Those lights craft fast. Anyway, power poles. What are those again? It's sticks, Sticks, steel, copper cable. Yep, I was gonna do defenseless and immediately got distracted. Do the poles anyway. Okay, if we want one assembly machine, one, take me two. It is just two, okay. We'll just do one apiece. 1 per second. So we need almost half a belt of iron and sticks. Producing almost a belt of sticks. Goodness. Not that I think we're actually going to need this many. It needs to take 2 per second to make 2 iron sticks per second. Sorry, per half second? Yeah, 4 per second. You know, actually, I could... If I can figure out how to get the steel in them, I could do this. Could do the steel like so. Bring the steel in here. That is a lot of steel per second, though. Okay, different idea. Let's do this. Because then I can bring this across and over and around. There we go. So big poles first, then medium. And how much copper cable do we need each? Actually, this is wrong. Because 8 here, yeah. It's going to be 3 apiece. So this one's going to be over, and this one's going to be under. Whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. Which also means I can just bring the copper in and do 2 apiece there. That one is actually fine. If I do 1 apiece, it's going to be the same issue, but you know what? Whatever. I don't think I've made such an interesting whole automation before. This is kind of neat. All right. You know what? Let's move this over. I think I like the way that looks better. So there's our steel, there's our copper. On the wrong belts. I wasn't even remotely paying attention. Hang on. let's work this one out. Hey, nope, stop. This looks so stupid. It would have been easier to just move these around, but whatever. It's there, it's done, it's ready to go. And it's relying on iron like everything else in this damn factory. Okay, let's take a moment to clean up the bars. Let's do our 2 machines here. Do our 2 bolts there. Our pipes. I need to get to chemical science research at this point. But let's do the railway stuff first. And then we queue up the oil stuff and the fluid handling. Oh, and I guess while we wait, I can do base defenses. What little I'm going to have, because I have no ammunition, because I have no iron! I'm going to do it. I need another belt of iron. I need more iron. I just don't have enough. Like, I need it. I need it so bad. I can't keep doing this. I don't want to expand the entire stack, but I need iron so badly. Huh? Oh. It disconnected the one line. The load-bearing power pole line. Alright, there's a railway, so we can get started on that. I do want to get engines up and running, so I can make a car, make locomotives. Need to get some inserters. Where am I going to put this extra belt of iron? How about right here? And we'll weave it in wherever I happen to find convenient. this belt won't be used for gears. It's just gonna be a supplement for down the line. I think I might actually do input priority left here. And we'll leave this iron for the bus. Or not the bus, sorry, the mall. And then we'll leave in the extra for science. Okay, let's do this. Input priority left. There we go. Keep coming down here to get inserters, then I get distracted by something else. Oh, you know what? I may need to put fast inserters on the science, too. Once I upgrade the research speed, I'm going to want to. So, get it ahead of time. Oh, shit. Oh, wait a second. I didn't... Oh, my hand was resting on the bottom of my keyboard, so I laid on my space bar. I was like, what key did I hit? Space. Alright, there's automated stuff, so there's our signals. There's that. Now we bring in another belt of iron. Oh wow, one side of the patch is completely done. That was astonishingly fast. We're going to leave this up, though, for when we use a train to bring in that iron from the north. Makes me want to get those rails up faster, at least a simple train up, so that we can continue this unimpeded. There we go. More pollution, but more iron. We should have poles ready to go now. And we've got a whole belt of iron coming down the line right now. Oh, well, we would. But this hasn't... I don't think this is 30. Sort of like 24? 26. So, almost 2 belts of iron, but not quite, because we just don't have the input. You can see here, plenty of it. Just needs to make its way down. You know what? We take so much iron for circuits and gears. How much is this? Technically that's 2 belts worth, because, yeah, You know what? Let's just merge these up here. How's that? Input priority left. Oh, and let's do output priority right, too. So we direct to the mall first, And then if the mall is satisfied, then we bring the second belt down. And then it merges in there. At that point, it doesn't really matter much. Just moved it up. There. Oh, but now we've actually got too much. Because we do have more than one belt's worth. And we just got logistics 2, but I am not making red belts. I barely have enough to fill 2 yellow belts. That's just 1 red belt. I'll be in the same boat as before. At least this way, I'm keeping up with gears and circuits, kind of. And we're making use of our iron patch well. Anyway, before I got distracted, grabbing the better poles and putting some more radars down. So I want to get one out here, one out here, probably one out there. God, is that crude even worth getting? Probably not. Better off going down here for the one that's over 3 times as rich. We've already done the chemical stuff. Or sorry, we've already researched the start for oil, but we actually have to make oil. Or we have to get it with a pump jack to get the refinery and chemical plant. That's right. I don't really care for Factorio 2.0's upgrades where you have to collect resources.
I don't know what you want, but I will find you, and I will help you.
Namu, thank you for the follow. I had to think about that one for a second. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a nice time. But as I was saying, I don't really care for the collect X of an item to unlock our research kind of thing that got introduced. It not to my taste. I would rather just research the whole tree and then pick things up as needed. I get that it's useful for like a tutorial, but I don't know. I'm how many hours do I have in this damn game? Almost 1700. I was literally about to say, oh, I didn't struggle with the transition to chemical science because I played Factorio when chemical science was like a lot simpler. And it's like, well, that was also like better part of 10 years ago. So to say my opinion's a little bit biased is probably overstating it, or is understating it. Excuse me. I'm so departed from the new player experience, especially knowing that chemical science is such an expansion in production and just a spike in difficulty. Now, I can still not like the mechanic, but I can see why it's there. I think that's a pretty middle of the road take. Also, I need to be mindful of how much iron I'm using. We've used a third of our starting patch. I need to get the train components and a car automated, so that I will be ready to transition to a new iron source as soon as possible. Okay, what are we looking at? Right, we have a corridor down there. It's a wide corridor to the southeast. There's some water features to the northeast. It's not too bad. Let's go ahead and mark base defenses. I'll mark train research once we've got the components being made. So let's see if I can pull this from memory. It's like steel, gears, circuits, and iron, and engine units for locomotives. Rails are just going to be stone, sticks, and steel. The stations are just steel circuits and sticks, I think. Both of the signals are just iron plate and circuits. I know that one confidently. Cargo wagons are like steel, iron plates, and gears. I think at this point I just want to get... I need to bring the stone out. Let's do this, bring that out. Bring that out. So, gears and circuits, iron, stone, steel. That should do it. Anything else I need? Doesn't come to mind. Oh, and fluid wagons. I need to make storage tanks for that too, which is steel and iron plate. Okay. So let's make... I don't know. How many sticks do we really need? Let me double check, because it's a little easier to just do it in Hell mod. So if I want to feed one of these continuously, it's just 1 per second. So I think I can do 8. And that'll be 2 of those. 4 of those, 4 of those. That'll be half my steel go into that. We'll feed it with 3. So I think I'll just do 2 of them. Is that going to be enough? 6 per second? Yeah, that's probably enough. At least to start. Can expand it if we need to later. So rails. That over. Toss those in a chest. One arm's not going to be able to handle it. Let's do... we could just do two. That'll be fine. And we'll do 1,000 each. Of course, I didn't think, oh, I need to make the sticks for them. So let's do 2 sticks. Bring the iron in here. Oh, I'm looking at this and it's just getting dumber by the second. Okay, so sticks. You know what? Actually, I can recover this. Because what I'll do... I'm going to need more sticks for these anyway, right? So let's do this. It's going to be 4 per second. I need to get these on another section of belt. Okay, tell you what. This is going to look really weird. Okay. Not my brightest build yet, but it's a start. Because I'm sitting here thinking, oh, but I'm going to need to make sticks for everything else. I don't want to have to do it on the spot for everything else. Just do this. There we go. Full belt of sticks. And then we still have the iron plate that we can use later. But first... bring the sticks in. Output the rails. Of course, this is also going to make 4 rails per second. That's not going to be enough output. It takes... Oh, no. Oh, how the hell am I doing this without red undergrounds? Because I gotta bring... Jesus. I have to bring stone and steel in here. And worry about iron getting in the damn way. I swear, this used to not be so damn complicated for me. I think it's because I was thinking less the last time I did it. I'm sitting here thinking more, and it's actually just kicking me in the ass. Okay. So there's that. Now we need the output. Ah, of course I'm out of inserters. Oh, there's no coal going into my military science. Oh, my patch is not doing so hot. Okay. Okay, I will actually just have to put those into a balancer and bring them out properly. Rather than just eyeballing it. So let's set this to 100 and set this to 100 now that iron is less of a concern. Why are my circuits not making? Do we not have enough copper? We don't. I am brushing up against all of my old bottlenecks again. Okay, come on. There's that. There we go. So, as I expected, we are just not getting enough output is the problem. Okay. Can fix that if we screw with this a little bit more. Do that. And then output, output, input, input. Yeah, there we go. That's better. How the hell are we gonna get this mess out? the damn undergrounds here. Well, I have made a serious problem for myself now. Oof. Screw it. We'll just drag this out. There. There's the rails. Probably just do the signals here and call it a day. I'm probably gonna want a lot of these by the time we get to bots. So let's do this. Just not enough iron in either of them, but that's fine. Okay, next. Actually, you know what? I do have something I need to take care of. I just looked at the clock. I'm going to go ahead and throw in finish train parts. Car automation. We'll throw that one at the top. What else is there to do? We'll go ahead and mark train research is done since we've got that. Well, research and production, blue science. Da, 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 da. We'll want to set up a station for the iron here that we can pick up from there. Ooh, there's big iron up there. 8.4 million. That's tasty. That's good iron. Copper there. How do you want to do this? I mean, when we do the trains, I'm probably going to do really simple, either double-headed trains or really simple isolated networks, because I want to get to bots before I actually set up a proper blueprint book. And I may set that blueprint book up over off stream, do it over a weekend. I don't know, because it usually takes me several hours to get those done. I don't know why I feel the urge to do it from scratch every time, because I've got a book that I picked up. Where is it? Um, that's got a great system already made. I'd really rather make my own. I don't care for circuits much, but I do like trains a lot. And I like making their rail systems. And the last time I played with a friend of mine, um, I actually got a system that had, it was like 94% of the way of doing an optimal solar to accumulator ratio and had rails in it. And I built a whole grid based off of that. So all of that empty space between my rails was just filled with solar power, and oh, it was great. And then it was moot by the time I got to nuclear power. But it looked cool. Anyway, I will mull some of this over, but I'm going to head off. Also, I'm going to be putting VODs for this up, not tonight, but later this week. Yeah, now that I'm catching up to my usual routines and such. I hope you all have a lovely night, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.